Yeah, but also we didn't plan how we were going to do our intro.
We don't have an intro.
We don't have an intro.
So hey everyone, welcome back to Moonstreams, your favorite celestial gamers. Tonight we are playing Hollow Knight. And I just want to give a shout out to Ryan Pabone. He has been drawing for quite some time, his whole entire life, and he made our little villager icons from Animal Crossing. And just give him a shout out. I just want to let you know that his Instagram handle is at level1goblin, which is, this is how you say it. It'll be in the bio anyway. LVL1 GOBLIN.
There's an underscore there somewhere.
I think it's an underscore. Listen, I don't like it, so I don't remember it, and he'll probably be mad, but I've told him 1,000 times to change it. But it's gonna be in the bio.
What is this person's
My boyfriend. I guess I forgot to mention that.
Who is your boyfriend?
Yeah. So, So we're gonna be playing Hollow Knight tonight.
Right.
I've never played before. This is one of Nessa's favorite games. I'm really interested in playing it. I just haven't gotten around to it because I've been, I don't know, buying other things, I guess.
And I actually haven't gotten too far into this game. I've had it for a while. I just haven't really sat down and played it, so that's why I only have like 7 hours.
I am Elizabeth, and this is...
Hey, it's Ness.
So, let's get to it. We wanted to talk a little bit about Hollow Knight for the beginning, and I guess I could give Ness the reins because I don't really know anything about this game, so if you wanted to go over it like briefly, and, you know, the most I could say right now is that it's incredibly adorable. Like, I love how tiny the little bug is. I didn't know he was a beetle. It makes sense now because he has that weird crown claw on his head. But I really like how dark and weird it is. Kind of reminds me of like a darker, more monochrome, like Overly Garden Wall feeling. So that's my first impressions as someone who's never played the game, doesn't really know the story. So yeah, go on.
Okay. Well, yeah, like I said, I came across this game because I just saw that some of my friends that I had been friends with on Switch, or friended on Switch, how were playing it, and I fell in love with the art style, which is also why I wanted to start playing it. Like I've said, I haven't played too much of it, so my map is very limited, and I'm still working really hard right now to get coins so I can go buy a lot of like the power-ups and stuff, because just recently I was able to get all these coins that I needed to buy these little, like the bench tokens and the cocoon tokens, the vendor tokens, the hot spring tokens, so that I know where my things are. And so I just wanted to play around, get further ahead and have Elizabeth watch, have her fight some enemies so she learns how to play too. And we're just going to be talking and playing.
Yeah, talking and playing today. Maybe that could be the name of our segment if we do Talking and Playing.
Well, I guess I didn't really say anything much about the game for anyone who doesn't know.
Yeah, that was the point. And then I was like gonna let it go, but then I was like, I don't know. I guess we'll just find out.
Well, I personally don't know much about the game. I just know that.
Then why don't you look up a little bio and then a little blurb?
Okay.
I love the word blurb. I remember my teacher in like elementary school said the word blurb, and it just always stuck with me. It's an actual word. It just means the back of like the description on the back of the book.
Oh,
that's what it's called, like a blurb, like I guess technically or the terminology. I just love it.
Let's see. Let's go to our trusty friend of Wikipedia. What does Wikipedia have to say about our game? So it says the game follows a nameless knight as they traverse an ancient plague-infested kingdom inhabited by various insects known as Hollow Nest. And as the knight, you must travel through Hollow Nest, fighting bosses and unlocking new abilities to progress as they uncover the mysteries of the kingdom. So it's like a little mystery game, but also like you're helping restore the forest kingdom back to what it used to be.
Very cool. Kind of reminds me of Link from Zelda.
Right.
Just in a miniature version.
I think there's
version.
There's another game like this that I've seen someone play. I think it's Ori and something. But that's another game that you have to like help save the forest. Right. So cute. let's just start grinding.
Okay, go ahead and show me a little bit more on the game before we get into other topics that we wanted to talk about this episode.
So I'm actually gonna ride this little dude and have him take me to the beginning.
See, I can't tell who's an enemy because they all look horrifying. The last stag.
Yes.
I know Ryan would love this game because he loves bugs. And he likes beetles, specifically beetles though. Like ones with the horns like that. You know, boys.
I just thought of a meme.
Oh god.
With the Beatles, the Be Gone. Be Gone, thought.
Oh,
That's
no, I don't remember that.
Oh.
Oh, is that like the Beatles, like from like the music group, the Beatles?
No, they're two like black beetles, and they're going at each other, and one grabs the other by its horns, and it throws it.
Oh.
And then someone wrote, "Be
That-
gone." Thought.
He's throwing more like that threw right over my head because I don't even know what that was.
Okay. So the buttons are really simple. You're really just using A. B is jumping.
Okay.
Y is to slash.
Oh, kind of reminds me of Kirby too.
Yeah. So you have two buttons. And then you push the down on the D-pad. To
Okay.
be able to, like, when it says listen or travel or do whatever.
Hey, listen.
Hey,
See,
listen.
look
It's
how
like Link,
Zelda.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this wasn't made for Nintendo? Or
No,
is it
it's
made
not.
for Nintendo?
Is this an indie game? Like
yeah, it's
yeah.
by Cherry.
And this is definitely one of those, like,
Okay, so where did it take me?
yeah. I don't love the name Dirt Mouse. I just want to say. That sounds horrible.
That's the main town. Alright, let me go up there because I want to see what I need
I
to...
bet that has something to do with what they eat. Do they eat dirt? I don't know.
they're
Do they
bugs.
live in dirt? That's probably what it is.
Oh my god.
You suck. It's been 10 seconds.
I know, it's been 10 seconds and I'm just trying to get... I don't remember how much coins I need to get to be able to buy everything else that I need. Okay, so... Are you sure this is the shop?
I like how eloquent he walks. He just has this dumb little cape.
Okay, yeah,
walking.
so to enter or interact with things, it's either up on the D-pad or down on the D-pad.
Okay.
This is a Stagway pin, so that one's 100. I don't really
What do they
necessarily
do?
need that. So this pin will mark the stations that I visited. What I just rode was a Stagway. So when I buy this, it'll tell me like all of where they all are once I visit them. Because
Got
this game, the map, you're not given a map. You have to
Like
write
create it.
Create it, yeah.
See? Again, just like
Discover
Zelda. Literally just like Zelda.
All right, here we go. I've recently rescued this little guy, and he's the one who wants to take all my money. Okay. I don't need that yet. All right. So a piece of soul vessel, this ghastly-looking orb thing. Also something that I might not need right away. I need this key. I do know that.
I
I
was
need
trying to
this
figure out
key.
what it was. It was like a staff or like a magic wand.
So almost
It's a key.
1,000. That's great. So it'll probably be the last thing I get.
Yeah. You're almost close to the little, what is it? It looks like one of those things you put, like a wreath, like a...
Oh, this is... Okay, I do want this. This is the...
That's a charm.
It's a charm to pick up all the coins that fall out that you don't have to go run to and get. Because that was
Okay.
something that was also frustrating me. Like, I was like, wow, this coin, like, flew over there and I have to go run and get it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's also something that I guess I was thinking I would get from Kingdom Hearts. Because, like, in Kingdom Hearts, you have that option to, like, level up your ability to bring or, like, attract items.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's this one? Why not?
This game.
Why not both? ¿Por qué no los dos? So what does this do? This one lights my way.
Oh, I like
Or
that.
a friend,
A little
okay.
lantern. That's so
So-
cute.
I have a lot of grinding to do.
Is that
so-
what they call grinding? What is this
That's-
terminology?
That's the word I always said. It was like, okay.
Is this particular in the game, or is this what gamers use?
I think it's gamers. Because, okay, when I play Kingdom Hearts and I was looking up, like, how do I level up? How do I do this? Like, the word grinding comes up a lot. It's like, oh, you need to grind to get this level of this suit.
Oh, I guess
So
it just
go-
means work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, wouldn't that be? I mean, grind means to work in general in anything.
Right.
Back to the grind.
Exactly. So, okay, let's make the goal for this to at least get this gem.
Okay,
Because it's
so
only 300. I'm not that far from it.
By the end of the episode, we will have that weird little amulet charm,
Yes. The Gathering Swarm.
so we can grab, so we can be. There was like a character in a game that you could just be near it and the coins would just like stick to you. I think it's like Oh, I know. Spyro. Spyro would have a little dragonfly, and when you're close to the gems, he would pick up the gems for you, and it was really cool. So you can like, you don't have to like genuinely go and run over a gem to pick it up. You can just briefly walk past it and he'll pick it up for you. I love that.
What's his name?
Which is also another game we want to play with you guys. Spyro. I heard it's coming out in it has come out.
It's been out.
It's been out. So sorry, I'm part of the newsletter of Nintendo games, but like, yeah, they have like a mashup of like different old Spyro games, including I think there's a new one in there. I think it's just 3 old remastered games. Okay, and none of them are ones I played, so it would be kind of fun to play one. What?
It's all new to you.
Yeah, it'd be fun. I want to play the one where he rides a skateboard. I keep forgetting what that name is, but I remember that one being one of the best ones when I researched it on what best Spyro games to play. And funny enough, one of the games I played as a child was one of the worst. If you've heard of Spyro Enter the Dragonfly for GameCube, it is ranked the worst in every way. Like, storyline, graphics, like, it's just bad. So, I can't wait to actually play a good one. The last good Spyro game I ever played was Season of Ice, which is from Game Boy Advanced SP. That's a great Spyro game. So, I wish they would remaster that for Nintendo. I didn't even think Spyro was like a Nintendo game.
It's not. It's Sony.
That's so interesting.
Yeah. When I don't know, was it last year, 2 years ago? By now.
They did, like,
when Crash and Spyro got remastered, they were also made to go on Switch.
Oh,
Eventually,
that's really cool.
Yeah. So they got remastered. Like I have the whole remastered.
Oh yeah, I used to have that game. Now that you're saying it, it was bad. It was another bad game. I played Crash in Spyro's world, and Spyro went over to Crash's world. They got like mixed matched, and I picked the game where I played I played Crash
in Spyro's world.
In Spyro's world, and it was trash. I think I might. You know what? I might be remembering this wrong. Completely. I think I wanted to play Spyro because I liked him, because that was what stuck with me. And then I played Crash's world, and it almost felt like I didn't belong there. You know why? Because I didn't. Because I'm not Crash, and so the level was dumb hard because I was a little dragon and he is a bandicoot who can jump. That's like his thing. And so getting to high spaces in that game was an actual challenge when it really shouldn't have been. So it was kind of a lame game. I did not get very far, and I can say that I was pretty into games when I was a kid. I had the time for it, at least.
Yeah, I played a lot of Crash Warped on my PlayStation 1 as a child, which is why I wanted the Crash remastered, because Crash Warped is on there.
It's kind of cute that you played Crash and that I played Spyro as a kid.
That's where that song came from, the I was singing. It's the intro.
It's the
intro to Warped.
And everyone says, oh my god, here we go. Everyone says that Hard Times from Paramore, like, it sounds just like Crash, the intro to Crash. It sounds the same. Yeah.
Now that I hear it, yeah.
People made that reference, and Haley was like, oh my god, you're right. Yeah, alright, this might be deleted. No one wants to hear about Paramore, so it's fine. Okay. Anyway, so what are you up to right now? And tell me what's going on this game.
So I'm just grinding. Like I said, this is one of my favorite places just to come like kill things. Because there's a good amount of enemies, and they always all respawn if I were to leave this area.
Yeah. Oh really? So they're like, yeah, when you leave like the
because there's areas that I'll go like to constantly kill people or bugs again, and they all won't respawn, but all of these always respawn. So I like doing these.
They're like little moths or something.
Oh, so you see how like I'm missing a face?
No. Oh, I see it. Okay, the lives. Okay, is that like a life thing?
Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
So
a life bar.
Actually, let me see. Will I be able to shoot this guy? Because I've learned how to do that. Yeah.
Ooh, that was so cute and elegant. Like, that was awesome. Such power coming from a small little thing like that.
Well, see, this is why I'm hoping this charm that we're trying to get is actually beneficial, because now I fell, and there's a coin all the way at the top that I have to go back and get.
You need the coins? Oh, yeah, to get the money, right. Or like it's a currency kind of thing.
Currency. Where'd it go? Did it fall all the way down and I didn't see it?
Oh my god. No, I don't see it.
I don't see it.
Great. Well, while Ness is grinding.
Oh, this is the other thing I want to teach you.
What?
So, like, if you hold A down, you see how I got, like, an extra little face, but then my big white circle went away? Like, it depleted.
Okay, yeah.
That big white circle fills up every time you kill stuff, and then you use that to rejuvenate your lives. It's a little mass space in my
got
lives.
it. It's like a... Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
what it's like, but
to
I've
do
seen
that
something
shooting
like that
thing that I did, you just click A once, but that also depletes your stuff.
That kind of, I hate to, I know that I'm like referring to other games constantly, but it also reminds me of Sonic. I used to play Sonic Heroes on GameCube, which I don't even know if that's a bad game or not. I mean, my parents bought what they could, you know? They don't know anything, but like, I liked it, and I remember at one point when you would, you know, progress in the game and kill enough enemies, then it would like gain like the super boost power.
Right.
And so if you were playing like against a big boss enemy, you can press like the Z button on the GameCube, and it would like do this massive like group team explosion of like energy and like kill like or either kill or like deplete the energy from your enemy. So
And use it for yourself? Or not at all?
You use it
just to fight.
just to fight, like it's usually, but it's always around. So just like this is, you know what I mean? Like throughout the game, you're like, you know, you're gaining more of that, you know, bug juice.
Cannot stand still. Yeah, the bug juice. The other thing with this game is you'll realize like you can't attack right away. You gotta give it like a second, because how long your weapon is versus how long or how far away they are from you.
So the power is more in like the pointy edge part.
Yeah. See,
Got
like.
it. Why do you keep dying?
Because I was trying to jump back and I just fell through the hole. That's not me dying. I'm just falling.
Oh, you're just falling in the hole. Got it.
Yeah, but like when I get hit by something, it takes away a life from you. I haven't actually died. I'm just taking. I'm just taking injury.
I like the strictness of the game where it's like you can't mess up. You know, they only give you a few shots.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, I'll let myself get injured to show you.
No, you don't have to.
You sure?
I mean, I know how it works to like lose. I mean, again, I'm referring to another game. Kirby's like that too.
But that's how we learn, right?
No, but Kirby's. I'm already making like, you know, some
associate. That's what I'm saying. That's how we learn. You learn by association.
So like this reminds me, especially the life like little bars there, little faces. Same with Kirby. Right. Kirby had little apples, I think, or little red dots, something. I forget what it was, and you couldn't get hit so many times you would run out of little apples. Anyway.
It's adorable.
Oh yeah, Kirby was the best. Kirby in Dreamland was one of the best games for Game Boy Advanced SP. Hopefully our cat is not coming up on our microphone, but if it is, welcome our beautiful cat Tammy. I don't know what she's asking for. I already gave her some food, so that's enough about that. Anyway, let's get to our, like, I guess, B plot of our episode. We thought we would just, like, again, talk about our game that we are playing. We'll go back to Hollow Knight, of course, and it will still be here playing as Ness plays. Since we're on the 2 out of the 3 holidays coming up, this will be Christmas, as we know. We wanted to talk a little bit about some of the fun things I like to do or think about, or I guess relish in around the holidays, like this one. Yeah. What is your favorite Christmas song?
I don't think I have a specific song. Like, there are songs that I really do listening to, but if I had to pick something, it'd probably be anything off the NSYNC Christmas album.
Makes sense. She's a big NSYNC fan. Shout out to the other NSYNC fans. I'm not one of them. That shout out's not for me. Only for you.
It's only for me.
Also, I guess I can answer this question now.
Yeah, what's yours?
I have a couple, but my definite favorite that always just makes me laugh because it's like unnecessarily like sexy, which makes me laugh so hard, is Santa Baby, but only the Eartha Kitt version. You can walk out the door if you care about any other version of that song, because Eartha Kitt is the only one who matters. I think she's the one who wrote it in the first place. So if she didn't write it, she was the one who was assigned that song in the first place. So I think that song is hysterical and definitely inappropriate, but also incredibly appropriate for any sexy Christmas gathering. I don't know if anyone would have
sexy
any.
Christmas gathering.
Sure. And my other favorite song that's definitely more tame and family friendly is Christmas Time, or Wonderful Christmas Time by Paul McCartney. Yeah. That is my favorite song.
Yeah. Like, I mean, you can't go wrong with it. It's such a good, fun sounding song.
It's a mix of everything that people love, Christmas and the Beatles. So
right.
It's incredible. I first heard that song actually in the animated Rudolph movie. There's a animated Rudolph movie that isn't like the old claymation ones. It's from like the early 2000s or maybe the 90s.
Wow.
And it has Whoopi Goldberg in it. I think we can look up like another actor from that movie. Let me look one up.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer movie.
Wow, I do not know.
It was my favorite movie, and I feel like I know why. And it's like such a very kind of a personal reason why.
I feel like I might have seen this, but that's like the very stereotypical deer that you like to look at. Yeah. Like drawings of deers.
Yep. No, this
I bought the thing.
Oh great. We bought the new gem. It got a 40% on Rotten Tomatoes. Well, it is a children's movie. But, I mean, I've never looked it up. I remember liking it. It came out in 98. Whoopi Goldberg is the evil ice queen. Debbie Reynolds is Mrs. Claus. That's awesome. And she also plays Mrs. Prancer. Eric Idle. He sounds really familiar. He plays like the little fox. Anyway, a little off topic. That Wonderful Christmas Time plays in that movie, and I thought it was a great movie.
What about movies?
Well, What's your favorite movie, actually, I don't even know what it used to be, but I know what it is now, and I think that's important. So my favorite Disney. My favorite Christmas movie is definitely Arthur Christmas. It came out like in I think 2011, 2010, something like that. And it is so good. Like, I think people don't realize how good it is. Every time I say it's my favorite movie, no one knows what it is. So if you know that movie and you really liked it, please let us know what your favorite part was in the comments, because I think my favorite part is probably the end, which is so cliche. But I won't say what the end is, obviously, because it's the end. But I just really loved the passion in Arthur. So, I mean, that's throughout the entire movie. But how, this is a really skewed. Rotten Tomatoes has 92%. IMDb has 7.1, and Metacritic has 69. So no one knows where they stand on this movie, but I do, and it is great. So I think I agree with the Rotten Tomatoes listing. So this is the little blurb about Arthur Christmas. I'll go into it real quick. It didn't come out in 2011. And it says, everyone knows that each Christmas, Santa Claus delivers presents to every last child on Earth. What everyone doesn't know is that Santa accomplishes the feat with a very high-tech operation beneath the North Pole. But when the unthinkable happens and Santa misses one child out of hundreds of millions, someone has to save the day. It's up to Arthur, who is played by James McAvoy.
I don't know. I just had the most dyslexic moment with my controls. Sorry. Santa's
youngest son to deliver a present to the forgotten tyke before Christmas morning dawns. So it's basically a race. So what happens is that there's like a family race to see who cares the most about Christmas. Mm-hmm. And at points, there's good points and bad points about, I guess, the passion and how it can be, too much, or you know, the lack of passion and how it, you know, that's also dead. So it's about a balance, I think, about the responsibility of Christmas and how you're supposed to, I guess, treat others around that time and people in your family. So I don't know. Maybe that's just my takeaway from the movie. I really liked that one. That one's my favorite Christmas movie. And I guess, you know what? I just remembered my old favorite movie, which is still one of my favorites, I think, is Elf. Elf is my second favorite movie just because it's extremely funny and definitely one I share memories with my mom. My mom and I would watch that movie together a lot and laugh. So, Elf is great. Shout out to Elf.
Oh, Elf is a good one. Sorry, I got really hard into reading these. They're really hard.
Okay.
I got really deep into reading these things. Just found out something about this game. For me to equip my stuff, I have to have a certain amount of notches. So even though I have 4 things I would like to equip, right now I can only have 2.
So this is like your storage?
Not storage, it's like...
Your belt, like your
yeah,
little belt?
Yeah, and I guess in a way, if you want to call it that. I just don't have enough room to have all my abilities, which sucks. Didn't know that was a thing.
Goal. How do we get another...
How do I get more notches?
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea how I get more notches.
Okay, well, once you figure that out, I also want you to think of other things. Like, what is your favorite movie for Christmas? And why, of course.
I don't know. I don't necessarily think I have a favorite one. I just know that, like, the last couple years that I actually spent celebrating, like, Christmas, either Elf was always on every year or The Grinch was on every year. But since you talked about the Elf, I guess I can say, like, what I like about The Grinch is, you know, I mean, it's done really well.
Well, I didn't say why. I mean, I guess I said why I liked Elf was because my mom and I watch it.
Right.
But I don't have any in mind, like, any reason else why.
Exactly.
Like
That's
it,
how I
so...
feel about The Grinch. It was just, like, there was 4 consecutive years that this movie would come on at some point during the Christmas season when I was celebrating with the family.
The Grinch would always make me extremely uncomfortable. Like, I like the original Grinch movie, like the animated one.
The animated?
From, like, I don't know, what, the 60s? How old is it? I don't even know. But I like that one a lot, but I don't really like the one that Jim Carrey does. I like him playing him, but I think, like, the B plot, you know, like the other characters, like the hot one that he's, like, in love with, like, that's so weird. Like, that whole thing where, like, he somehow ends up with that hot chick woman, that trophy wife type of character, whoever, I forget her name. It's so weird. I don't know. It's just like that movie is oddly sexually charged, and it's like I'm not comfortable with it when it has, like, you know, a child theme.
I think anything Michael Myers is slightly sexually charged.
Oh, who's that? The one who directed it?
Oh wait, why did I even say that?
Oh, you mean Jim Carrey?
Michael Myers is not in The Grinch.
I'm saying Jim Carrey.
Right.
I said his name.
I know, but I, in my head, did not...
Is Jim Carrey always, like, you know, trying to have some innuendos?
No, I'm thinking of The Cat in the Hat and how Michael Myers is the Cat in the Hat and how Dr. Seuss didn't like that because he made it very sexual. And since The Grinch and Cat in the Hat are Dr. Seuss books, that's how my mind went, oh, these are the same thing, but they're not.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Okay.
Welcome down my spiral of my brain.
Well, we can take a break from questions, and you can talk more about what you're doing in the game right now.
Oh, no. I'm just trying to get, I think, 150 coins right now to get another little thing. But if I could just... Oh, that's nice. The token that I just bought to get all the coins, like, even though I fell, they came to me, so I don't have to go up there and get them.
Oh, great.
So that was worth it. Alright, so let's just keep trying to get more coins.
I like how elegant he is. Like, he just hides his little hands underneath his little cape.
Oh yeah, they're very small.
They're so adorable.
He's cute.
So cute.
I have a plushie of him, and he's very soft. So yeah, back in that same area that I said earlier that I like to just come in and destroy things because they all respond. They all respawn.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm always guaranteed, like, a good chunk of coin.
All right.
You
want to move on to the next
Let's
topic?
move on. Yeah, let's keep talking.
All right, let's keep talking. Of course, we'll edit this out so it doesn't seem like we had a dead air.
Yeah, that's just talking.
All
Or
right.
figuring out what to talk about.
Well, what about TV shows? Like, there's not a lot of, like, Christmas TV shows particularly. There are some TV shows that come on every year, so I'm going to wait to talk about that for the tradition section of our list. So I just won't mention that right now. But if you wanted to answer that real quick, the favorite TV shows.
I mean,
Christmas,
growing up, I would always, get like super hyped when Disney Channel was like, oh, That's Rain's having their Christmas special on this day, or Kim Possible's having their Christmas episode on this day. Like that would be like my favorite thing, was the Christmas episodes of like my favorite shows. Like making sure I was able to watch them.
I can see that. Yeah.
I can't like bring any to memory right now.
Any adult shows that do a Christmas episode do you like to watch?
I honestly have not ever gone back to rewatch a specific holiday episode of a TV show ever in my life.
Okay, well, we just talked about how we wanted to watch that 70s show.
Right. But I haven't ever seen that whole show, so I don't know anything about that
if we wanted to talk about that, that is one of my favorite holiday shows to watch. I don't watch that 70s show anymore, but I do love the holiday episodes, so I have like a special DVD of it. So there's this, I don't really know the plot too well, but probably my favorite holiday episode is when Kelso and the gang kind of discuss they don't really want to do a lot of Christmas gifts or Christmas gifts at all or whatever. And they're like, nah, no, let's not do that. But Kelso sort of thinks they're still doing it. So Christmas Eve comes and there's no shops open because, back in the 70s that was pretty strict. Like, no one worked on Christmas Eve. So people are coming into the basement with the gifts, and Kelso goes, "What is going on here? What the hell? We said no gifts." And then, like, someone like Hyde, I think, says, like, "No, you said no gifts. You can't have Christmas without gifts." Like, and it's just like he's without, and he has Jackie as his girlfriend at the time, and we all know Jackie is really high maintenance, so it's just, I just love it. And he's also wearing a particularly amazing sweater in that episode. It's like this Christmas tree pattern sweatshirt. Maybe we'll link it in the bio if you guys wanted to check it out. I would love that sweatshirt. If anyone knows if anyone is selling it, or if there's like a similar pattern of it, because I'm really into sweaters and I really like I guess nature scenes of that. Yeah. Just let me know.
Oh, how did I not think of that? An adult show that I loved watching that had Christmas episodes that always like made me happy to watch was Glee.
Oh?
Yeah, because Glee is one of those few shows or series that I've seen the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how like when a new season would come out, they would rerun the last season.
Okay.
So like the same way I've done with True Blood, where it's like I'd watch all the old seasons before the new one came out. That's how I've done that with Glee too.
Mm-hmm.
So those Christmas episodes I have seen multiple times. I can't recall them right now though. So sorry about that.
Wow. Well, I don't watch Glee, so maybe next time.
I mean, their Christmas albums are good too because they do.
I mean, they're music.
Yeah,
so
it's music. And
it's
when your
always
favorite
something to
singer,
sell.
you're like your favorite character would do a song that you actually liked, like that was amazing. Like
Everyone waited for it. Yeah.
I know we don't really like Michael Jackson, but one of those episodes where like Glee is like legit like covering a superstar for like a whole episode. What is it? It's Santana and this guy. Give me a second. Smooth Criminal. My favorite cover that they've done.
Mm-hmm.
So if I ever want to listen to that song, I listen to the Glee version.
Oh, well, yeah.
Smooth
We
Criminal.
listen to the Glee version. We don't listen to Michael Jackson.
Correct.
Never. So, on to my favorite TV shows. Like I said, I loved That 70s Show. Just That 70s Show specials. Like, I don't really have a favorite of any other part of it, but my favorite, I guess, would also be The Office too, but only like a couple of The Office Christmas episodes. It'd have to be season 2 of The Office. They do a Christmas party where Michael wants to buy booze for the party and he's not really allowed to. And my favorite thing is there was a $20 cap on the Christmas gifts for the Secret Santa that they were doing around the office. And he bought a $400 iPod for Ryan Howard.
You recently showed me this episode.
It's one of my favorites, and I literally want to watch it tonight, to be honest, because it is my favorite thing. When Ryan opens up the gift and he's like, "Whoa, a video iPod," and as soon as he opens it, the camera pans over to Michael, and he's already taking a like flash shot on his camera, and he's like, "Whoa, looks like someone got carried away with the spirit of Christmas." It was me. I got carried away with the spirit. And he's like out of breath because he's so excited. And at this point, he had changed the party, so it was no longer a Secret Santa. It was a Yankee swap, as he calls it, or white elephant. And that's because Phyllis had gotten him or made him a handmade oven mitt, and he didn't like it. So
because he spent $600
because he
on the iPod.
spent $400, yeah. And I mean, that's nothing now compared to how much iPhones are now. But like this iPod was $400. It was the video one, and so he changed it to Yankee Swap because he wanted his iPod back, I think, or he wanted a better gift. I think that's what it was.
I think in general a better gift.
He wanted a better gift, but then like the whole lesson here was Jim's like, you know that there was a $20 cap, and you should have just picked a gift that was that much, like everybody else, you know?
Like, you're not getting satisfied.
And it ended up being a really disappointing first half of the party. But everyone ended up trading their gifts back to each other at the end. So I love that episode just because it's so
like right
incredible.
In the end, like everyone got the Secret Santa gift they were supposed to get.
Yes, and Angela is really upset in that episode a lot, and Angela is my favorite character. She tries to go outside and smash ornaments against the wall, but she's so small and weak that they won't break against the wall. So she starts screaming as she stomps on them, breaking the glass into the snow. It is an incredible episode. I recommend it. If no one's really into The Office, that's fine. I just recommend that episode in general because it's near the beginning anyway. So there's not really like a lot of spoilers. Like the first few seasons, there's really nothing going on until like the 3rd or 4th season. So yeah. Anyway, how do we get on The Office? That's always going to be it. Take a shot every time Elizabeth mentions The Office.
Or,
But I consciously know that, and I'm consciously trying not to talk about The Office because I know that it bothers people. So anyway, how are we doing?
Conscious about other people. Other than me just getting hit for no reason. I made a second goal to get a little piece of my soul, like holding fragment. I know I'm not using the correct terms, but it's 150, and I'm super close to getting that. So I don't know what it's gonna do, but it's literally like a broken fragment of that big circle that holds all my soul.
Oh my god, I love that little charge you just did. That was so adorable.
It's me getting my life back.
That was so cute.
It's very cute. This whole game's so sweet. I love the music. That's another thing for me. Like, I like video game music, like soundtracks. Like, I love.
Yeah, I do
Kingdom
like
Hearts
the
soundtrack.
song in the back, or the little background music. So there won't be any lo-fi tonight. This is basically lo-fi on its own, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, more about Christmas. What do you think?
Decor. What's your favorite type of decor, or like, what do you like to put out for Christmas? Like, your favorite piece of decor that you have?
Well, I'm a big fan of, like, twinkle fairy lights. I mean, I keep that up all year round. I've decided it's not trashy if it's indoors. As long as they're not, like, the icicle lights, then I think they're okay. But my favorite, I don't really love a lot of Christmas decor. We haven't really put everything out yet, but I do love our new tree. I love our tree because it's like the right portion for our apartment.
It's only 4 feet tall.
It's great. And I think my favorite thing about the tree is I like white lights on a tree. I don't like rainbow lights at all.
I don't either.
I think they're just not for me. But I do really like uniform bulbs. Like I like that mall aesthetic, like that very commercial,
classy look.
And so right now we've got some glittery bulbs of black, white, iridescent, and like a champagne or a brown color.
One's a champagne pink. There's like a dark maroon, the white, and there's a
matte
silver.
Black, right?
Matte black and silver, like a champagne silver.
So that's what I like about the tree. And and we have a big star with a glittery star at the top that's glowing right now. Hopefully when I move my face away, you couldn't hear me less. Hopefully. Because I just moved over to look at the tree, so.
Oh, I see.
But I didn't lean
be
back.
Fine.
Hopefully. Along with decor, what goes under the tree is also very important. The presents, the wrapping paper.
Wrapping paper. Oh.
So now I'm skipping over Ness and a question. But
it's fine.
We'll get to the wrapping paper. Would you like to go ahead and tell me
about my favorite decor?
Yeah, what do you like to put up around Christmas time?
So, I used to, before we lived together, I was staying at my mom's for about 8 months, and I went to go put my Christmas decor away in the garage. At the same time, she was putting her stuff away. And for some reason, during this time, she also decided that she was going to get rid of things and donate things. And even though I specifically said, hey, this is my stuff, don't touch it or don't accidentally get rid of it, would you like to take a guess at what she did? So I do not have a lot of my favorite Christmas things anymore.
It's very upsetting.
It was very upsetting. It was very hard for me to get over for a bit because there were things that I could not get back, like things from Disney that were from specific years that I had started building up. Because prior to living with my mother at that point, I had my own apartment for 2 years, so I had already started collecting things. And like my favorite Christmas Disney ears were in there. I had this set of Target birds
that you can't get anymore.
You can't get anymore. They're exclusive to the year. So when she got rid of them, I was able to find them for like almost 75% markup, and I bought them because I really wanted them again. And luckily she didn't get rid of my Rapunzel ornaments because that would have crushed me. But those are my favorite ornaments that I hold near and dear right now. I have 3 official Disney Park Rapunzel ornaments. One is the mouse ears, like the Mickey Mouse ear cap, and it's all designed around things that are about her. And then there was like this designer collection one year that did high heels that represent a princess, and then another year that same designer did one in purses. So I have the purse and I have the high heel. And they're very cute. And like, of course it's Disney, so it's gonna be a little bougie. The hook is like a very satiny, light pink, purplish.
So what you're saying is that these ornaments are gonna last for a while.
They're gonna last for a while.
So that's what matters with this. Like, Christmas decor has to last.
Yes, that's the other thing.
Like, that's another thing about the tree thing is that you know what? Judge me if you wish, but I do not care. I did not grow up with a real tree in my house. I find it wasteful and definitely bad for the environment. And I still feel like it's like some people feel ashamed or shameful that they don't get a real tree. And I just want to let you know, people who don't get a real tree, good for you, because I feel like it's definitely bad for the environment to go chopping down trees just to have it in for a month indoors.
Right. I mean, even though I know there's tree farms, but
there's tree farms. I mean, I just feel like it's so weird, and you have to keep it alive.
Yeah, you gotta water it.
You have to water it. Like, I did not ask for work this holiday season. I'm just saying. Like, I just feel like it's so much easier just to get a fake tree. Like, it's a decoration, and then you keep it forever, and it's saving money. You're gonna save $80 every year. Oh, here we go.
Interesting. Oh, so I'm glad I got that. I don't know what that did, but that little piece
You know,
created
I don't
a puzzle.
You know, I don't know what
I know
happened.
more. I know less than you do.
Something happened in the game to make sure she gets her little emblem or her little charm.
My God.
And I'm saying this because I'm wondering if we should strip out the game and keep the audio and put it up on maybe a podcast or something. Just an idea. We don't have to make a podcast, but like have a version of like audio listeners, and then I want to watch the entire thing. Go to our YouTube channel.
Oh, right.
That'd be kind of cute.
That'd be fun too.
Yeah, just a little spitting out ideas here. Let me know what you are doing
and what you think.
What
would I like to get?
And if you're having us on in the background, keep it up. I'm sure we are making your house very homely with our many rants and
just random talking
and grievances about Christmas trees and loss of items.
For me to buy another piece of what I just bought, it went from $150 to $550.
Well, that's the economy. Oh my gosh. But yeah. So again, wrapping around the Christmas tree, wrapping that up. Let's talk about wrapping paper. Wrapping paper is very important to me because I like wrapping. I like taking precious care of whatever I'm giving a person.
Oh, of course.
And there's some years I'm really lazy and I'll just throw it in a bag, you know? And because, I mean, I don't know. There were just times where I just didn't feel like I needed to wrap things. I just didn't care. But now I feel like I really like using wrapping paper. And this year I'm using like brown parchment paper. It's not like technically wrapping paper. I mean, I guess you could wrap normal things with it, but it's not Christmas wrapping paper. It's like some parchment paper, so it's like kind of giving it some rustic, like, you know, here's a parcel, you know, from like the 1920s. I'm gonna put it in your mailbox for a real mailman to walk over to your house, and then it has like a little. Wow. Like red twine like bow, so like I wrapped like twine around it, and so it just looks really tasteful and like kind of minimal, like not too wild, like not a lot of like Santas and snowmen and deers. And that's another thing about me is that I really don't like the cheesiness of holidays. It goes for Halloween too. You're never gonna see me like slap a picture of Santa up on a wall. Like there's not gonna be like a candy cane outside my house.
Holiday icons.
I don't like them. Only if they're tastefully done.
Right.
Like I'm not gonna put a snowman blow up outside my house like my parents did. Like that doesn't mean anything to me, and I think it's a waste of money and energy on the home. So I just feel like the more is better. Like just very small accents of Christmas, I think, is what I enjoy. Like small garland, like glittery garlands. Is around our windows right now. I think that's really sweet and like not like in your face. It's just sort of like in the background, you know. It's just Christmas is lingering, you know, while you live your life. Like it's not in your face. Like I don't know.
We're having a hint of Christmas.
A hint of Christmas. So that's essentially my whole viewpoint on that. What about you? What about wrapping paper for you? What do you think about?
The last couple of years has been very different for me. Every year when it comes to wrapping paper. When I used to have bigger Christmases, I would literally get wrapping paper for each person, because there was a point where I lived with 3 other people, and there'd just be so many gifts under the tree that like it would all just make sense to be like, hey, this one person wrap all their gifts in this other person wrap all their gifts in this, and it was just easier to see from far away, especially when you had to like travel with it. Oh great, I'm locked in here.
So just like it's sort of you know,
it was like an organizational thing.
Okay.
But I also just like to get really personal with my stuff. Like, you know me, like all my stuff is either green or it has Star Wars on it or it has Rapunzel. Like it's something that's like very personal to me.
That's very cute. That's a good idea. It takes a lot of time.
It does.
It's nice. For me, again, the act of ripping something apart that you put work into kind of makes me sad.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, like, I kind of give and take, like, okay, I want my present to be pretty, but not so pretty that I don't want you to touch it or look at it, you know? Like, don't look at it, don't touch it, don't even dare rip it. And so it makes me sad when, like, beautiful wrapping paper is just, like, torn to shreds just to open something. And that's what bags kind of come into. They're kind of recyclable that way. But bags can kind of get They don't look as good as like a nicely wrapped package, right?
A bag?
A bag.
Okay, I
sometimes.
think if you, I mean, to me, again, with me, I don't like to put too much money into the wrapping paper that I'm getting, because I would get so, wow.
This is so much like Kirby. I literally Kirby dyes the same exact way. I might, you know what, I might try to find a clip of Kirby dyeing this the same exact way and clip it in here.
I'm just trying to get to one area, and I don't remember how I got there in the first place. Please, let me. Yay! Okay. I've always gotten my wrapping paper from, like, the dollar store, or Five Below. Usually
Why would
Five
you
Below.
ever get anything more? If you're spending any more than $5 on wrapping paper, I mean, what are you
People
doing?
do it for the aesthetic.
It's for the, I know, but like you can get, I understand, you know, it's either you get cheap wrapping paper that you'll probably like use the entire roll to wrap like 4 presents, or go big and buy like a $10 or $15 roll that will last you for like 2 years.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's
Right.
like, that's the way to go. I think go to the value. Like go to BJ's and get wallpaper. Get
Right.
wrapping paper.
But it also, the quality of the paper itself has to be decent. Like, I've used very crappy wrapping paper before, and I'm like, I can't. I have to reopen the gift. Like, I open up the gift, I'm like, I'm gonna do something else with this. Like, I can't use this paper.
No, I totally
And then the whole
understand.
roll just goes to waste.
Exactly. Yeah, the wrapping paper you have now though is Marvel and Mickey Mouse.
No, I mean those are yours.
I mean, we have it. Jesus, the Mickey Mouse is definitely one mine. But what I've noticed about it is I like that it's red, the Mickey Mouse one, but the Marvel one doesn't really have Christmas on it. And I think this year I kind of wanted something more festive, so I'm not gonna wrap any gifts in that one. I think.
No, yeah, I have wrapping to do, and I think I'm gonna use the Mickey Mouse because it does look Christmassy, where the Marvel one just kind of looks like a comic book.
And it matches too, because the ones I have, like, it's the same color scheme. It's like a beige and red, like a comic book, kind of like a newspaper style. Everybody, that's the kind we have, of like the old school Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse, like just like doing a bunch of fun little activities on it. And it's like it matches the same colors that I have. Like the parchment paper is brownish beige, and the accent's red, so like it's gonna match. So I think it's kind of cute. Like I didn't
It is
need it to
gonna
match, but it's just going to
It's
happen.
gonna match in general, yeah.
I think it's cute. So yeah.
Would you prefer like the sticky name tags? Or do you like using like actual like name tags?
You know, I did both this year because I know that I like the drawstring sort of like name tags that you have to actually tie it onto the bag or onto the package. But I did the sticker one too. I put the sticker on the back so I can like easily find it if that one falls off.
Oh, okay. So you
So
did like
I did
a backup
both.
one.
Yeah, I did like a backup sticker just because because at first I wasn't sure. I didn't have them, so I just put them on the back anyway, just so they wouldn't show on the front. So if I'm using a sticker at all, it's somewhere where you can't see it.
Got you.
Like you have to like look underneath of it to find it because I really like the clean look of like a present.
A full present.
Yeah. So yeah.
Interesting.
That's
I think I've always gone the sticky way. Oh.
I mean, it's definitely easier, for sure, but I do not like that. Sometimes I will, I don't like that it's on that, big piece of paper.
Oh, it's so annoying to store.
Yeah, it gets crumpled up and stuff. It's easier just to put, like, the nice, cute name tags in, like, a box or, like, the case it comes in and just shove it away. Yeah. So that's about it. Let's wrap that up about wrapping paper and
Wrap that up about wrapping paper. That's all there is to say, really.
All right, tell me more about this game. What's going on?
All right, so now I am here. Let me go over here so an enemy doesn't see me. All right, so I'm trying to get to. You see that like big blue bug-looking token that's at the bottom?
Okay.
Of where my map like goes down and goes south and it's empty. I'm trying to get there because every other place that I'm trying to go to is either blocked off or I don't have enough jumping power to be at the height when I jump to get to that next level.
Okay.
So I think where I need to go is down. So I'm
Got
just
it.
gonna try to explore a new area right now.
So cute. I'm noticing that this game is very, I don't know, it just seems really like, oh, he's looking at his little map, his little hand. I just saw his little hand come out. And it's very, I don't know, kind of, again, reminds me of kind of like Mario too, with like the what's that term where it's like not 3D, it's 2D.
Yeah, this is a 2D scroller.
2D scroll. Okay, that's what it is. I like that. Oh, I love his little power-ups. So cute.
Just revive.
Yeah, so great. Yeah, definitely some aesthetics Ryan will like here. He loves things that have claws and teeth for my mouth.
You like the worms?
Ugh, gross. I do not. Little fly, gross. Like a mosquito
Yay,
or
lovely.
something.
Yeah, I think those are mosquitoes. Okay, so I need to go more to the right and then down. So let's go here.
Is it like dusty? Is that what those like creepy little pollen little specks that are coming around? Like, what is that?
Possibly.
Like dust or something?
Or it's just dark. I don't know.
It might be, I don't know. Like fungus, maybe? Like,
It might be, I think it's dust, like you said, or it's just
well, where are
the
they?
atmosphere.
Where does this take place? Do you know?
in some little earth bug kingdom. Like, I really don't know.
Oh.
I'm outside. Or, like, I'm in a cave. I'm in, like, some
Got
type of
it.
a cave.
Very cute. Yeah, this definitely gives me Mario vibes right now. This is like a spinning image.
Yeah, that's what scrollers should do to you.
I love that. So, outfits. What do we like to dress up around the holidays? What do we like to wear? What do we like to go strut out to work in?
Well, since it's Florida,
True.
we don't get
A lot
much
to
cold.
consider.
That's a lot to consider. We don't really get to wear much fall or winter clothing.
Florida misses out on a lot of cute Christmas and winter activities.
They do. We do. We really do. Wow. You never go wrong with a good cardigan, right? Like, especially for work. Like, I love me a very cozy, big, oversized cardigan.
Because we always find that places are just too cold, you know? Like,
Oh yeah, and if I'm inside anywhere, I'm almost always cold.
exactly. Work is always cold. They always crank up the AC. Where I work, it's 65 degrees, and what the hell, you know? Like, why would it be that cold? My own apartment isn't even 65 degrees.
Great, I have now come to another dead end that I cannot interact with. So let's backtrack.
So a good cardigan for you. I'm gonna say something
Jeans.
similar. It's gonna be one of my pullover sweaters.
You do love a good oversized so
I really do. And to be even more pretentious, I particularly like a vintage pullover sweater. Particularly Art Unlimited sportswear. That is my favorite vintage brand. It is a all-around print of like nature. It's, in my opinion, some of them are tasteful. Some of them are very like, I guess, redneck-y. Like, not, okay, maybe I'll scratch that. I don't mean to say, like, that's a bad thing. But it's, like, there's definitely a type with the type of, like, I guess, graphics I would find on these sweaters.
Right, they're very woodlandy, like
Outdoorsy.
There we go,
It's
that's the
literally,
word.
it's literally called sportswear. So, like, you'll see, like, sweaters that have, like, you know, someone fishing. Or, like maps of, like, different lakes and stuff. And then my favorite ones, the ones with the like nature. So like there's some that have bears on them. Some of them, most of them have deer, which is the one that I have the most. I'm obsessed with deer. I like them. I like them like in a forest aesthetic or a forest background. And I'm realizing I hate everything I'm saying right now, so I'm gonna just
okay, good, because I'm
rewind.
also, look, I'm about to literally die, because I'm, like, in, like, the worst area right now. I'm freaking out. I don't know what to do. Oh my god,
Right.
please.
I'll just start with the rewind because I hated everything I was saying.
Okay.
Rewind it. Anyway, so back to my favorite outfit. Again, I love a sweater, and I like a pullover sweater as much as I like cardigans. Cardigans are fun. They're more formal. And I like that because I work in a place where I have to be formal sometimes. So for the most part, I like to be cozy while I'm at work because, again, it's 65 degrees where I work. And I like to wear a pullover sweater, and my favorite one is by Art Unlimited Sportswear, which is a vintage brand. And the only reason why I ever got into this, and it was not Kanye, I will say that. It was not
Does Kanye,
West.
he wore some of these?
Kanye West If you
I
look
died.
up Kanye West, all right, I like that little ghost he just made. That was like
Yeah, so when you die, you lose your spirit, and like I lost all my coins, so I have to go back to that area, re-get my spirit, and I get my coins back, and it shows up on your map.
Devastating. Shows where he died. That is so sad. Anyway, back to Art Unlimited Sportswear.
Yeah, see, like it's a little black with like the white eyes.
Where? Oh, I see it. Yeah.
So I have to go all the way back there.
So, yeah, if you look up Kanye West, Art Unlimited Sportswear, he's actually wearing a sweater by the brand, and it has a bald eagle on it. I don't know. That's the extent of my knowledge about this. I think he went to like some sort of, I don't even know where he went. He just like, photographers took his picture, and he had the sweater on. So it was not because of Kanye. It was because my mom had this sweater when I was a kid, and we got it up in Michigan, in like the mountains, like at these gift stores, these just
like
souvenir store.
A souvenir shop.
Yeah, and she got this sweater that is a pullover sweater with a winter forest scene with deer on it. And I always like loved it as a kid. I'm like, Mom, I love that sweater on you. It looks so amazing. Like it was so soft and amazing and cute and warm. And the best part about it was that it has pockets on the sweater, and not like that dumb uni pocket.
The one long
the one
pocket.
that like you can put your hands and hold your hands inside. I hate those because everything freaking falls out of those pockets. You can't put anything in that thing. These actually have pockets on the side that hold stuff, and it is...
They don't connect.
They don't connect. They have it on the side of it, and you wouldn't know it until you actually put your hands around it. So they blend in really well with the sweater. So you don't have to use the pockets, but
like when a dress has pockets.
It's kind of like when a dress has pockets. When sweaters have pockets, things are great. So this is why I love that sweater, and it's mine now. So I wear that deer sweater pretty much all year round, but I love it. It feels more special when I wear it around Christmas time because it's actually winter like themed. So I have one for fall too. I'm kind of looking for a spring one and maybe even a summer one. There was a campfire one I liked a lot that was a little expensive, but I liked the campfire aesthetic. So yeah, if you wanted to look at Art Unlimited stuff, we'll also link that in the bio because those sweaters are what I wear all the time.
I need more oversized sweaters. Most of my oversized sweaters are spirit jerseys from Disney, which is just like a long... It kind of looks like those long sleeve, like oversized, overlong shirts that like people in sororities, the girls in sororities would wear.
Mm-hmm.
But they're Disney related and they're Disney themed. I have 3 Star Wars ones and
those
a Halloween
are
one.
of like a Christmas one since we got it around Christmas time last year. That space one that you like?
Yeah, because
kind of makes me think of snow too.
But I mean, it's Star Wars and it's a galaxy. It's stars. But I know what you mean.
Either way, the feeling that it brings.
Right.
Speaking of feelings that things bring, why don't we talk a little bit about I'm thinking some traditions around Christmas time.
Sounds good.
Like, I mean, traditions are definitely shot around this year, but if there's something that we can sort of hang on to, that we can savor through 2020, December 2020 Christmas, then what would they be? Like, what kind of activities do you like to do, or what is your favorite? Like, what? Let's pretend that COVID isn't happening to us. What would you do right now or in December for Christmas?
I wanted to go to St. Augustine to go see like their big Christmas lights display. Because my favorite thing to do, and it has nothing to do with COVID, taking them away from me, was the Osborne family lights at Disney that would take up over like the whole entire like cityscape area in Hollywood Studios. I would literally do that multiple times in a year, like in the few months that it was up. I was just absolutely in love with that light show and just seeing all the lights. And I mean, it's just like, you're already being at Disney, it's magical, and then like you're in this area. Oh my god. Great. Now I just lost everything else that I had. So now my spirit has moved, and I lost even more coins. So when I go grab that spirit, I'm only going to get 14 coins back instead of the 100-something coins I already had.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow, this game's pretty hard. Would you I don't know if you played it before, but would you think this game is as hard as Cuphead?
I think Cuphead's harder because it's a lot of boss rushes.
That's what I think about it. That's what I think of Cuphead. I think of a lot of bosses in it.
Yeah. And, like, these are just little, small, like, enemies that I'm just not being strategic with. So I would probably
we're
get...
having a conversation.
Right. And I'd probably get really frustrated with Cuphead, not gonna lie.
No, Cuphead seems like a piece of work, but I cannot go wrong with that, like, style of animation.
Oh,
really
it's
love
fantastic. The game looks amazing
it's
to
just
watch.
so good. It reminds me of Mickey Mouse, of course, and also
The
reminds
old
me
style cartoons.
Of, yeah, like, freaking, what is it called? My favorite character.
Oswald,
the Lucky Rabbit. Like, it's so cute, and like Betty Boop, and like all
right.
that stuff. It's so cute.
It's the very older style of cartoon animation.
I forget what it was called. I remember there was like a actual genre of that animation, but I forget what it was called.
I could not help you.
I don't know.
But
let's look it up.
Yeah,
Maybe.
look it up. But yeah, if COVID wasn't a thing, but also had Disney not gotten rid of the Osborne lights, that's what I'd be looking at. But also, it's bittersweet because Osborne lights went away and we got Galaxy's Edge, so. But that's something that I do yearly, is going to go see some sort of big Christmas lights display. I think that's like my favorite thing, just seeing like what people do on their houses or just what other places do to decor their areas with lights.
I mean, I've seen that too, like at the old Hollywood Studios or MGM. I was gonna
That's
say
what it used to be called, yeah.
old MGM. I was gonna say, but yeah, I don't really call it MGM. It used to be pretentious and call it MGM, regardless. But that was just me being ignorant because it's not like it's not a popularity thing. It's like they literally don't own the place anymore. Like it is not a part of the contract, so don't even really say it.
Right.
I think the only time I don't really follow that rule is for Downtown Disney because it's still Disney. It's not like a new
You mean
company.
Disney Springs?
Exactly. See what I'm talking about? So like I feel like it's still the same because it's still Disney.
Right, but
you know?
there is like a whole reason why it's called Disney Springs.
I know. If you want to go into that, go right ahead.
I don't know if I know the whole thing off the top of my head, but I know like the what is it, too long to read version?
Sure.
TLTR.
Just, like, do like 2
is
sentences.
basically the whole shopping center, a new fancy area that was added. Like that's why it's called Disney Springs. Like the name is changed because of that whole new area that was put in.
Well, it's so much better. There's so much more to do now.
Right.
It was like a hot mess before. Anyway, we're back at the Cuphead animation style, and it's called Rubber Hose style. I listened to a video essay about this.
Is rubber hose like the arm kind of?
It might be it. Yeah, how like wiggly they are and like very fluid and liquidy. It is based off the cartoons of the 1930s, such as the work of Fleischer Studios and Walt Disney, and it was sought to emulate their super subversize and surrealist qualities, which I am very into surrealism. That's my favorite.
Oh yeah.
Art style in general. So yeah, just a little history lesson, I guess.
That's fun. I like that.
For me.
Yes. What are your traditions, or you like doing every holiday season?
Again, I like to watch that 70s show with my family. My dad always hates it. Every time we put it on, he's like, "This again?" I'm like, "Yes, we watch it every year." But then he laughs at the same things. Like he's angry about it, but then he enjoys it. It doesn't make that
Your
right.
dad does not make sense.
I know. Well, let's not get into that. But like, I guess traditions with activities. I do love to decorate cookies, and in particular, those sweater cookies. We have a grocery store called Publix that sells these sweater cookies. And you know what? They might not be at Publix. I think they might be at Walmart. That's where they are.
Oh.
So if there are, we need to go to
sense.
Walmart. And they have these sweater cookies that are just little sweaters, and it comes with little frosting. Comes with frosting like tubes, and you can like make little sweater designs on them. And when they dry, or when we put them in the fridge or whatever, they are so good. Like you would expect cookies that are sort of pre-made or put in a kit to be really gross and just stale.
Really well.
But they taste really good. And I'm wondering, I'm actually taking a lesson from a friend who makes and designs cookies. She is Sweet M Bakes. Sweet M Bakes.
Yeah, Sweet
like
M.
Sweet
Like
M.
space.
Sweet
E-M.
M Bakes.
Right? Her name's like Emily.
Her name is Emma.
Oh,
and
Emma.
she,
Sorry.
another shout out to Emma. I'm going to tell her about that so she
You
can
need
listen to
to.
this. And because she is actually doing a
Find and
little,
like on Facebook.
like a find her on Facebook, and she makes like a cookie, like she's doing like a cookie workshop of like decorating for Christmas, like decorating Christmas cookies, like a little how-to, like do you want to do it, you want to try it? So I'm gonna do that. I think it's in a couple weeks. It's through the work it's through work, so you, our
fun.
listeners can't really sign up,
Right.
but like it's through work, so I'm gonna be doing that, and I'm really excited. And she picked up this skill this quarantine, and she just like now just has a bakery business. And I'm like, wow.
That's amazing.
And
No,
it makes me feel like, why I need to do something cool like that. And if you knew her, she's so, and I'm not just trying to hype her up, like this is genuinely how I feel. Like she's just so driven. Like she has a really important role at my job, and she also bakes on her free time and like, and monetizes it at some points. It's incredible, and you would be stunned, and you will be stunned when you find her on in the bio to go on Facebook and like her stuff. Like, you think that I am like, I don't know, making stuff up. Oh, cookie decorator. Whoa, no, you don't even know.
No, they're really good.
It looks like something you would buy at like Disney. I'm not kidding. Like
very
something you would buy at some really crazy commercial bakery or like candy shop or something. So maybe I'll even embed like a little quick pic in like the video, so it'll just be like a little tease.
Yeah, so people know what we're talking about. Like, yeah, like it's
a little sweet tease. That could be one for you, Emma, if you're listening. That'd be so funny. All right,
cool. I'm entering a new area of my map that I have not discovered at all yet or looked into.
Hey,
so that's fun.
See, we made some progress.
Even though there's water here.
Oh, cool.
I'm pretty sure I can't go in it.
I would think not. It looks like it's steaming, like it's boiling. Be careful.
Oh.
Don't touch that. So, another activity or another tradition, I guess, and definitely in my family too. I did miss this Thanksgiving version of what I'm about to say, and it kind of ties along with like the media category we were just talking about.
Right.
But every year my family, we would watch the Charlie Brown Christmas episode, and that one's really good. I think that one is not my favorite one, but it's not my least favorite Charlie Brown episode. He has like 4 of them. He has like a Valentine's one as well, which came out later in like the whole, I guess, series of like specials for that show.
I just saved my first worm.
Aww. Look at that.
Milestone.
Worm saver.
Cute.
So I think Thanksgiving is my favorite Charlie Brown episode, but the Christmas one's coming up, and the only way you can watch Charlie Brown now is to, oh my god, I completely forgot. What is it? Apple TV.
Apple TV.
Apple TV. I already did a trial and I already ended it. So if you wanted to do like a 7-day trial for us, we could watch it. Because there's no way to torrent it. I don't torrent, but I looked.
Oh, it's not on YouTube, right?
It's nowhere. Like, and it used to be on like a website, and they took it down because they wanted it exclusively for Apple TV, and that's ridiculous. It should be. And on top of that, they don't put it on cable anymore. So we don't have cable anyway. I mean, who has cable? Come on. But they don't even have it on cable, so it's not like my mom could record it and then I could like see it then, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just we're at a loss right now. So, and the only place you can watch is Apple TV.
I mean, even the not having cable threw off my Thanksgiving because every year I try to watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, and they live streamed it this year for
on Twitter.
Or they live streamed it,
and we were like, wow, look at us. They really care about the poor, because that's us.
Yeah, they live streamed it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it was because of Corona or why they decided to live stream it, but I mean, every year a bunch of people don't have cable. Point is, they didn't show us the Broadway performers. And if there was like a marching band or like a singer performing on one of the floats, they didn't play the audio. They played music over it, and I was like, "What am I watching?"
I know they would play some dumbass music. Okay, maybe I'll. Oh, I don't even know how to cut this. Just cut it. I don't know how to censor things.
Right.
They played some dumb, like, I guess instrumental version of something in the background, like some Christmas, like generic Christmas music. The only thing I think was a highlight is when I did see it with my family. They didn't have that amazing host that we had. He was funny.
You liked Mario Lopez?
Mario Lopez?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Like the guy that was like loud.
Oh, the one on the streets.
The one, yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes, and I don't like Mario Lopez.
I forgot about the one that was on the streets.
That whole thing with him
Mario
and his family,
was not funny. Yeah.
It wasn't. Was it supposed to be funny?
I just didn't like it at all. There was nothing amusing to me about it because remember the baby was like yelling and crying.
The kids were like, "Yeah, I'm having a great time," and it's like, it's 4 a.m. because like that's basically when they had to record that.
They were in California.
Yeah, and it's like, it was just so sad that like they make these kids like be like little props in their celebrity lives. I think that's crazy. But you know what? I'm gonna write that down. That could be another podcast about how celebrities suck. Celebrities suck. I'm writing it down. Yeah. So let's go back. Where were we before? What were we talking about? We were talking about Charlie Brown. How did we get here?
Following Garrett's 8 Cups of Espresso story.
Yeah.
That was
he is all gas, no brakes. Like us, I think we have some momentum.
We're able to keep our.
We have a little bit of pep in our step, but we were able to pause. I don't know how it's going, but yeah. I think one of our last ones for sure. Let's talk about some food. Let's talk about things that smell good, taste good, look
Christmas related.
Yeah. No, just anything.
Oh,
of course, Christmas related. This is a Christmas conversation.
Right.
No, I'm just saying it'd be funny. Go on. So, here.
When it comes to treats, what's your favorite treat to have during this season?
My mom, I guess this can tie into with traditions because my mom usually makes honeymoon dream bars.
What is that?
Exactly. What the heck is that? Because it sounds amazing.
Enlighten me.
You know what? That sounds like our podcast. Okay. Oh, I'm saying podcast. I'm really into this. I like that we were talking. No, that sounds. Honeymoon dream bars sound like something that we would dream of. We should have freaking named that our honeymoon dream streams.
Honeymoon dream streams. But we're not having honeymoons.
Huh?
We're not on a honeymoon.
We're not on a honeymoon. This is not a honeymoon.
No, I know.
No, I'm just like sad that if it were a honeymoon, it'd be the saddest honeymoon.
Oh my gosh.
Because it's in the middle of COVID.
Right.
Alright, that was a tangent. I hated all of it. I'm taking it out. Cut it. Cut it out. So, honeymoon dream bars are a bakery type of thing that my mom usually makes every Christmas. So she calls me up a few weeks ago and she's telling me, "Oh, we're getting so much done with the house. We don't have time for a lot of Christmas stuff. We're going to be low-key this year. I'm not even going to make stuff for Christmas. I'm not going to make my honeymoon dream bars." And I'm like, "You're not what?"
You were actually upset.
So I have offered to do that this year.
Oh, you're going to make them.
I'm going to make them. And not here. I'm going to make them over there so she can, so I can get the actual recipe. It's like a family recipe. But essentially, it's just, cookie with coconut and chocolate chips in it.
Ooh.
I think there's a gooey drizzle on top too. I forget what it is, but it sounds weird, but it's absolutely incredible, and I really love them. I look forward to them every year. So I'll be making that this year as my contribution to Christmas. Yeah, so that's my favorite, I guess, treat that I look forward to. What about you?
Good old Puerto Rican treat, the coquito.
We do love it. We love it.
I don't know how to make it yet, but I would like to try this year.
How hard can it be?
It's... I
just like the candy apples. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. They do not know.
I mean, some of them might know.
Some of them I know.
If you don't know, I'll tell you. My sister tried to make caramel apples for me for my birthday, which was around Halloween. And we thought it was as simple as just slapping caramel on an apple and shoving a stick in it.
Yeah.
And eating it. No.
No.
You have to boil the apples to take the wax off of it, because what we found out is that when we would put the caramel on the apples, it would slide right off, like it wasn't even there. And that makes a lot of sense, because we watched an episode of You Suck at Cooking, and he put a apple like slice in a caramel like bowl, and he was like, wow, the caramel is just like not sticking to this apple. And that should have been a foreshadow.
But didn't we also, I was gonna say, we watched that before we did the thing and no one picked it up.
We're like, huh, let's do it. Like,
we didn't even consider that.
No, we did not. And so she had to boil it all, and then it took more work, so she had to like basically buy extra of the same ingredients, because we had wasted a few of the stuff trying the first time. And then by the end of it, she had visited that weekend, and so by the end of it, going home, she calls me an hour later. She's like, okay, don't be mad, but I have your caramel apple in the car with me. And I'm like,
oh, I didn't know this part.
So this entire time, the whole weekend, she's trying to make this caramel apple. It was going very poorly. At the end of the day, I didn't even get one. Like, everyone else went home with one, and I didn't get one.
I did not know this.
Exactly. So I snagged yours, I think. You never ate it.
No, I did eat mine.
Then I don't think I think it was Ryan. Maybe my boyfriend gave me his, because there was one and I ate it.
Yeah,
so,
no, I ate mine.
It was good. So just don't make caramel apples unless you know what you're doing. Anyway, so little tangent there. Moving on. What about a dish? Do you have any like food, like any like dinner, like foods or like appetizers you like?
I mean, most of my Christmases that I can remember an actual dish from would just be the lechon, like, which is just pork, and it's another Puerto Rican dish that's just cooked, and it's just, I don't know, it's like something that just always happens at our gatherings when I go to them.
So pork.
Right. But I mean, there was one Christmas that I was in Puerto Rico visiting my stepdad, and the little town that he lives in, like, they're like little subdivisions like here, but they're also like within like the little town with the subdivision within like a neighborhood. So like his road was having a block party, and I don't know if this is gonna get gruesome or someone's not gonna like this story.
Oh my God,
but
I remember now. I remember what
you know where I'm going.
It is so sad.
Yeah.
Just briefly mention what happened. Trigger warning. There is
it's just. I mean, it scarred me.
An animal was harmed in this.
I mean, it was already dead.
Okay, but it was a little.
I didn't need to see it. The point is, the neighbor across the street was the one who was in charge of the pig, and they had the whole pig, like, getting prepped and, you know, drying and draining in their garage that I could clearly see from across my stepdad's way. And then on the day of the party, they built, like, a legit, like, rotisserie thing for the pork out in the middle of the road, and I just saw, you know, the pig like turning and being cooked, and then I very, very vividly remember my mom walking up to it, just ripping off like a piece and like eating and walking up to him like, oh, do you want some? I was like, nah, I'm good, thank you.
Jesus Christ, what kind of morbid neighborhood is this?
I mean, it's traditional, I guess, I don't know, but like
I remember well, that seems like cultural.
Right, like a cultural thing, but
that's fine.
I was just not prepared for that.
Yeah, but I think it's the aspect that the head is still on it is probably more. That's why people cut off the head of a fish usually, so you don't have to like think about how it was.
Oh, do you know how many times I was in Puerto Rico and saw like my stepdad's father eating a whole fish, like not even descaled. Like that you can do that in Puerto. I mean, I'm sure you can do that here too, but like there's restaurants there that like you descale it yourself, and like I mean like he'd eat the eye, and like the face was there, like everything was there.
No, thank you. Anyway, that was a dark turn.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. Less Christmassy.
Very less Christmassy, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about candles. We love
our
our
candles.
scents around the holidays. I particularly only like one scent right now for the holidays because I don't really like. A lot of the holiday scents are kind of nauseating. They're just really overpowering. Like the one I just bought just for like to see if I liked it was the Snickerdoodle one because I saw it was like I didn't know what to buy and everyone was buying up the Snickerdoodle scent at Bath and Body Works and I was like, well, this one might be good if everyone's buying it, so I bought it and it smelled good the first time I lit it. And then the second time I lit it, and I like candles I have good candle etiquette is what I'm trying to say.
You're welcome.
Thanks to Ness, she got me into that. So I cut the wick. I don't blow smoke back into the candle. I don't cap the candle right away to trap smoke in the scent. So it just smells so sickly sweet. And maybe that's just not the style I like. I like a lot of citrusy fruit scents. And this one was just so sweet. It was gross. So I think if I were to get a candle, like a Christmas candle, it'd be like a Tree Farm candle, which was the first one to go. Everyone loves Tree Farm.
Yeah, okay, so I've been shopping at Bath and Body Works for a couple years now, and I've never seen Tree Farm. I think that one was a new one this year, and out of all the tree smelling ones, that one was my favorite because anything that had balsam in it, is that the word?
There was an actual
fresh
balsam,
or balsam. I've never really been into those, but
Balsam
Tree
has something
Farm,
about
I
it.
really like Tree Farm.
Tree Farm was special. There was something about that ingredients. Let me look it up and see what kind of notes it has.
And then when I did start buying Bath and Body Works, my Christmas scent that I fell in love with, it's now a year-round scent, but it started off as actually a New Year's scent, and then they made it into like the whole like Christmas and New Year's scent. It's called Champagne Toast.
That's the one I was going to mention because that's my favorite scent right now for Christmas, and it's kind of an all-year scent, all year-round scent, but I like it because the champagne kind of gives me like New Year's Eve vibes and very like festive.
That's literally how it was released.
And now everyone loves it so much, it's all year round.
I mean, it's literally my staple scent. Like
it is. It's
I
great.
wear it all the time.
We'll talk about the notes in just a minute.
Also, Bath and Body Works has 2 or 3 different peppermint smelling ones. But the best one to me, in my opinion, is crushed candy cane lane or crushed peppermint.
I should have gotten that one.
Because
I got twisted peppermint, and again,
that
sickly
one is
sweet.
Sickly sweet. Yep. Like there are twisted peppermint, and then there's another one. It's just so overpowering. Like it smells artificial.
Yeah, I hate that.
And just too strong.
Yeah, gross. I do have candy apple though.
That I love winter candy apple.
That one is good. I have that one as a car scent, so I can't wait to use that one. And a sanitizer.
I mean, you can almost never go wrong with any apple scent, but winter candy apple is very, very good.
Apple is probably my favorite, I guess, holiday scent. They didn't have any Christmas apple scents, but they do a lot of the fall times. So
what was that one body care scent that you liked? That was winter, the coconut or snowflake something.
Body care.
When you were looking for that new perfume. Oh, it was
a dahlia? It's like a flower.
No, not that one. There was literally like a winter one. It was either a coconut one or
cranberry,
like
frosted cranberry,
or something like that.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't really like a lot of the actual body stuff.
Can I explain what I've been trying to do? Because if anyone's been watching this, you're like, what the hell is this girl doing?
Okay, so let's look back at the.
I'm trying to get the what?
Stop. All right. To reiterate, Ness is doing something in the game that we want to go look back at.
Right.
I'm just thinking of editing stuff.
Oh, you're good.
So you were saying one spot, so I think I can talk a little longer. Not longer for me, but longer like to be able to cut this out a little bit. So we're gonna go back into the game and see. And Ness wants to tell us more about what's going on. Where are you?
Okay, so I'm trying to go left on my map here, but I gotta kill this like very hard armadillo-shelled bug to go past him, and he only awakes if I approach at a certain point, and it looks like my force does damage to him, but then I can't get close and I can't melee him, so I have to deal with whatever this is over here, and I don't even think I can hit. Oh, I can. Wait. So that's what I'm doing right now. I've been trying to figure out what's the best way to fight this guy. So I'm sorry to anyone who's just been watching me go back and forth.
You know what? You probably have to jump and have his little enemy hit him.
I don't think it will. Because it stops before it gets to him. Or, like, just bounces off him. It doesn't hit
Then
him.
the fire. Can he hit the fire?
No. The fire doesn't do anything. See? And then if I get hit with the guy, it just takes damage from me. And see, I can't get close to him.
Can you jump on top of him?
Shit. Nope, that was bad.
That's fine. I'm not really sure how the curse is gonna go. Tree farm notes are crisp pine needle, warm cedar, spiced apple.
Wow, that's why we like
That's
it.
what it is. It's the apple.
It's
It's
the
out of
apple?
stock. Of course.
Of course it is. Because of Candle Day.
Of course.
Oh, today
Candle
today was the
Day.
last day of Candle Day.
Today's last day.
Yearly Candle Day.
I think every day they went in stock online. Maybe? Anyway, we got ours.
No,
and-
Candle Day online was only on Friday.
Okay, well, we got ours anyway, so yeah. We got the champagne toast, and that was essentially the last Christmas scent we got. The rest of them were all summer scents that I picked up.
Or, yeah, like year-round scents. I'm super excited to try out pomegranate lemonade.
That one was the last one that we found.
Yeah, I don't remember if I saw that one online randomly or if we saw that in store one day and I was like, oh, this might be interesting, and then I found it.
I thought it was the raspberry mimosa I wanted to try. They didn't have any of those left. Yeah. But the pomegranate lemonade reminds me of a Pez dispenser.
It-
So if you have one, smell it and think of a Pez dispenser. So yeah. What do you want for Christmas, Ness? What is your greatest desire this year for Christmas to end 2020 on the highest note that it could possibly be?
My Christmas list was a little all over the place. But also it was
In
very
what way?
different than it has ever been, where I've wanted a lot of books. Because I've never been a reader, but they're also not normal books, they're poetry books.
Normal books. What do they mean?
Like a chapter book. But literally the top two things on my list was Halsey's poetry book, because I love her as a singer and like I just loved everything about her, and I like really like connect to her lyrics and whatnot, so I was really excited that her poetry book was coming out. And we have a lot of other female writers or like songwriters that we listen to that also have picked up this book, and that they're all friends. So like Phoebe read it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know if
Phoebe
Haley
won.
read it, but I know Phoebe posted about reading it.
I don't really know. I think they're.
If Haley and Halsey aren't friends, it's Phoebe who's friends with both of them.
Probably. I don't know if Haley isn't friends with her. but-
Right.
We're talking about Haley from Paramore, of course. If you don't know me or Ness, it's definitely Haley from Paramore. But yeah,
And then the second
Yeah,
thing
go
that I
ahead.
wanted on my Christmas list was this Star Wars Lego set, which is a scene from Episode 3 when Anakin and Obi-Wan are in the lava, and I like the Lego set a lot because you can move it. Because in the scene there, the rocks are like moving and hovering across on top of the lava.
Mm-hmm.
So the Lego set allows you to do that, and I just really wanted that. Plus Anakin's my favorite, so I wanted another Lego set that had to do with Anakin.
of course. We need more Star Wars stuff.
Yes.
And they will deliver for you.
I really hope so.
They literally have everything Star Wars you can imagine.
What about you? What were the top things on your list?
I don't even remember, honestly. Like,
You were you asked for a very adult Christmas
I did. Oh yeah. Oh,
with storage, kitchen
oh
appliances.
I wanted. I wanted an air fryer.
and a
I want an
coffee-
air fryer. I want
a coffee maker.
a coffee maker, which I think maybe my family might have gotten for me. I tried to separate my Christmas list, like things that I would prefer friends to get me, and then things I would prefer my parents to get me.
Right.
Because my parents don't want to buy me. What was something on my Christmas list? Let me pull it up. Because I would feel uncomfortable if my family bought this for me. They wouldn't even want to buy it for me. There's a thing about that. Like there's certain people who would want to buy certain things for that person.
Right.
You know, like.
Or
like-
there's certain things you want from a certain person that you don't want from someone else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So my parents, I don't want to go to my boyfriend and be like, hey, I really want this, I want candle wicks for a new project, like
Right.
that's so boring. So let me get to that.
What else did I put on my list? I said a lot of books. Oh, this was the first year that I didn't ask for like 7 Funkos. I put like 2 on there.
I saw it and I was like, okay, maybe. I was not excited. Only because it was like from a second, like
Right.
it was like
I didn't know that
previously
when I put the
And
listing.
Don't like, buying from people that, I don't know. I just wanted it. I wanted it really clean cut. Like if it was from Amazon or from like a fleshed out, small business.
Right.
Not some Joe Schmo.
That's just reselling.
That's just reselling it for whatever reason. Alright, if you can hear my cat again, she is just like tearing into her skin and she almost fell off the couch. So, here I am. So my Christmas list for friends. See, like, alright, my mom is not gonna want to get me a Animal Crossing Pro controller. Okay. My dad isn't gonna want to buy me Bob, Punchy, and Olive Animal Crossing amiibos.
Right.
No,
I get that.
So that stuff is on my things for friends, and then stuff that I wanted from my. All right, let me see if I have, because the things I really want are on here. I think. I really want noise canceling headphones, and not like the ones that go over your head. I want like earplugs.
Earbuds,
sort of,
or like
earbuds.
in ear, yeah.
I really wanted a Tijuana Flats Georgia Peach hot sauce. It's really good.
Where do you buy that?
At Tijuana Flats.
There you go. Fine.
Oh, I want this Forest water bottle for sure. Like this new water bottle. My one that I have now is just too small. I'm not getting enough water from it. But I need a water bottle that has a straw, like a spout straw, or I just won't drink enough water. I need to be able to suck the water out of my cup or out of my bottle to actually get. I just don't like water or any liquids to like touch my face. That makes sense. I have a hard time with skin, so I don't like anything to help get my skin dirty. Oh, that makes sense.
Like,
yeah,
like a spout. That's why you don't like a pour spout.
I don't like to pour anything on my face at all. Like, I just don't. I have to be very gentle with it. Yeah, that's about it. That was like really what I want, and maybe a deep and sturdy drawer for paint. Deep and sturdy.
Deep and sturdy.
I wrote that.
For your art supplies. Yeah.
So, not that exciting. Let's look at my parents' list from them that I want. Is this it? Yeah. I wanted it's just boring stuff like pants and Oxford shoes.
What's an Oxford shoe?
Like those cute little, like kind of if you see Pretty in Pink, Ducky wears them.
Oh yeah.
Like they're just like very like posh. I don't know, kind of cute shoe, whatever.
They kind of look like a penny loafer.
Olaplex conditioner.
Oh.
Clean skin perfume. Good Young shampoo. Air fryer and a Bluetooth speaker. Like those are stuff that my parents would get me. Like that's stuff that they would like to get me. So that's essentially my Christmas list, and I think there's some surprises in there, as my mom always does.
Oh, always.
So yeah. I'm getting really congested, so I want to end this podcast now. I'm calling it a podcast every time. It's not a podcast. We're playing a video game.
Well, I beat that boss that I was taking forever to beat, and now I got to this cute little like area.
It's very cute. It has like flowers and stuff. I really do like the change. It was getting a little dreary in the other levels.
It was. Wow, this is so cute. I'm glad we did this.
A few things to sort of close off this episode. What do you want for Christmas? Think about these 2 questions. What would you like for Christmas and hoping to get out of this holiday from 2020? Like, what would you like to gain from this holiday? Or at least this time of year, if you can gain anything. Oh, it's called Green Path.
Yeah, so yeah, we want to start a discussion with you guys, and we were thinking maybe you guys could respond to us or comment, on things we've said or your own experiences, and then, we'll look through it and like address them, pick our
Yeah,
favorite
if
topics,
any-
and talk
yeah.
about them the next time.
Exactly. If you say anything that we find, fun or anything at all, we're not like super
Yeah.
famous, so
So,
maybe we'll do a little shout out next week about, hey, how's Christmas going for so and so? Let's talk about it, and then we'll briefly mention it at the beginning of our episode.
look at the little bush villain.
Wow, that is really cute. So we've been going for about an hour and 45 minutes. Hopefully we can cut that down.
Oh yeah, no,
because
it's gonna be a lot of
too
editing.
long. So this will be a good project for this week.
Very nice. I'm glad we did that.
So make sure to follow us on Instagram at moon.streams.
Yes.
And that's essentially where we are right now. We're not on Twitter. We're not on Facebook. There's no reason to be. So.
No. Just Instagram and YouTube.
And we'll be posting more about what we're doing, and we're kind of blindsiding a lot of people right now. And we're doing the Hollow Knight. We knew we would talk about it and do it, but I don't think people know. People probably think this is a purely Animal Crossing,
but it's not.
but it's not. We're a little more well-rounded than that.
And then when my Kingdom Hearts video comes, it's gonna be like, I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised.
I'm
That's
not
gonna be the
surprised,
reaction of
and
people.
She's gonna be doing that. I might be there, but who knows? Animal Crossing is not my favorite. Not Animal Crossing.
Kingdom Hearts. No,
Kingdom
I know.
Hearts.
I mean, she might play the Melody of Memory game with me because that's a 2-player. Everything else is not. So.
I don't want to play at all. we can do another talk and play if you want.
Yeah, the
and
rhythm
pause at
game.
your favorite parts.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll get going. Thanks so much for listening. If you did, hopefully you listened to us in the background, or if you watched us, awesome too. Because wow, Ness just died and just ruined the entire podcast. Again with the podcast, I'm ruining this video.
I think that's a good way to end the video.
We're ruining the video. We're gonna go. This was our first time trying this. Hopefully it wasn't terrible. Hopefully you had something, had maybe a chuckle. Maybe
you laughed a little bit.
Maybe some air briefly went out of your nose and you maybe smirked a little bit.
Maybe you felt like you were just hanging out with us.
Yeah. If you know us, hey. If you don't know us,
hey, how's it going?
no, we are not Curtis. If you know us, hey. If you don't know us, I'm really glad that we got to talk.
Right.
So again, comment. How's your Christmas going? And what would you like to gain from this holiday? What would you like to take away from the end of 2020? Thanks.
Thanks. Bye.